One real-world example of everything we've discussed? Look at Netflix. Every action on the platform, what people watch, skip, pause, rewatch, feeds into its recommendation system, and that's called big data analysis. 80% of content watched comes from algorithm suggestions. One major win? House of Cards. Netflix used data to spot three overlapping trends: fans of political thrillers, high engagement with David Fincher's style, and popularity of Kevin Spacey. No pilot, no guesswork, just data, and it worked. From supermarket aisles to billion-dollar content decision, consumer behavior shapes everything. Understanding it, from situational triggers to mental shortcuts to organizational complexity, is no longer optional. It's the foundation of smarter business, better marketing, and lasting customer value. Every successful product, campaign, or service starts with one key ingredient: understanding the market. But how do marketers truly understand the market? How do they turn numbers, opinions, and behaviors into strategies that work? Let's dive into the fascinating world of market research and analytics. Before you even start crunching data or building strategies, there's one fundamental decision to make. Where are you getting your information from? Marketers and researchers have two main paths to choose from: primary and secondary research. Primary research is all about going straight to the source. It means collecting fresh data directly from people. Think about surveys, interviews, or direct observation. You're not relying on someone else's numbers, you're out there gathering your own. Secondary research, on the other hand, is like standing on the shoulders of giants. It means analyzing existing data, from government statistics, industry reports, academic journals, or commercial databases. It's like the difference between cooking from scratch and ordering takeout. You choose based on what you need, how fast, and how precise you want it to be. One of the most used tools in primary research is the survey. Surveys allow companies to ask specific questions to specific groups and gather responses that help shape decisions. Want to know how customers feel about a new flavor, feature, or price? Ask them. Surveys are loved because they're affordable, quick, and they give quantitative results that are easy to analyze. You've probably filled out a survey yourself, maybe after a hotel stay or an online purchase. That little feedback box? That's a goldmine for marketers. According to Holland et al. At 2018, surveys aren't just helpful. They're foundational. They serve both theory and practice in marketing. Surveys are great for numbers, but what about nuance? This is where interviews come in. Through interviews, whether one-on-one or in small groups, marketers can explore attitudes, emotions, and motivations that numbers alone can't capture. Why does a customer prefer brand A over brand B, even if both offer the same thing? What values do people associate with a certain product? These answers often emerge in interviews, where the conversation can evolve naturally or follow a preset guide. Once data is collected, the next big question is, how do we analyze it? There are two major types of analysis in marketing research. First, descriptive analysis, and second, inferential analysis. Descriptive analytics is the most basic form of data analysis. It answers questions like what happened, what are the trends, and how do numbers compare over time. You've seen descriptive analytics in action more often than you think, like social media performance reports, website traffic dashboards, or sales summaries by quarter. When a team tracks which ads bring more clicks, or which content generates more shares, they are using descriptive analytics. Popular tools? Excel, Google Charts, or Tableau. These tools help visualize patterns and make raw data digestible. For instance, let's say a marketing analyst notices that traffic from paid ads has increased by 20% year over year. That insight, a product of descriptive analytics. Now, what if you want to do more than just describe the data? What if you want to predict, generalize, or test a theory? This is where inferential analytics comes in. Inferential analytics allows marketers to look at sample data, then make predictions about the larger populations. There are three main methods used in inferential analysis. Regressions helps us understand how one factor affects another. For example, if we increase our ad budget by 10%, how might that impact our website traffic? There are different types: linear regression, which is the most common, multiple linear regressions, and so much more. Each is chosen based on the data and the question at hand. This is like conducting an experiment. Marketers create two competing ideas: the null hypothesis, which is nothing has changed, and the alternative hypothesis, which is something has changed. Then they test those ideas using statistics to find out which one holds true. For example, did our new campaign actually increase sales, or was it just random change? Ever see a poll result that says approval rating is 65%? Approximately 3% margin of error. That's a confidence interval. It tells us how sure we can be about our predictions based on the sample we tested. A 90% confidence interval means if we repeated this test 100 times, we'd expect to get the same result 90 times. So, what does this all mean for businesses? It means they are not just throwing darts in the dark. With primary research, they gather fresh insights. With secondary research, they build on existing knowledge. With descriptive analysis, they track performance, and with inferential analysis, they predict the future. Together, these tools help companies launch better products, understand consumer needs, improve marketing campaigns, and ultimately make smarter decisions.